Travis. Oh, hey, fellas. Thomas. Welcome back, guys. Good to see you. Travis. How y'all doing, man? How you doing, boy? Good to see you, man. Travis. While we were waiting for the casing of Borehole 1 to get done in the Mesa, we welcomed back the guys from Locked Precision to help us conduct our most advanced rocket experiment yet, to figure out one of the craziest anomalies we've ever encountered on Skinwalker Ranch. You know, we've been following up on what appears from our view through Lidar to be an invisible bubble yap. That is about 600 meters in radius, centered on the triangle here. Travis. Based on numerous infrared Lidar scans, a gigantic sphere that we call the bubble sits above and below ground, and it covers a huge area, including the Mesa drill site, the East Field, and even Dry Gulch Creek. It's like something that we can't see exists all through that zone and displaces or swallows the data. So, today, we're gonna use high-powered rockets, equipped with specialized devices, to see if we can collect some accurate data up in that space. Alright, everybody, ready for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rockets straight overhead. I don't see the light. There it is. I saw the chute charge, but I didn't see any lights. Travis. I think I just heard it crash on the ground. Jim. Hey, Travis. Yo. You're not gonna believe it. What am I not gonna believe? So I get over Dry Gulch Creek, south of it? Yeah. When I get up near that barrier of the bubble, I started losing all communication on the drone. Could not move the drone. So, you had GPS errors, you had communication errors. Yeah. That's crazy, man. Hey, Travis? This is Pete. Do you want to walk over here to the terrestrial laser scanner? Travis. I'm headed right there. Jim's drone issues sounded like, once again, the barrier of the bubble was somehow stopping us from collecting data. So, that made me wonder what Pete was about to show me on the Lidar scanner that we had right in the center of the triangle. What's up, Pete? Just look at it. What do you want me to look at? And tell us what you see. All right, Pete. There's where the rocket was launched from. Travis. Right, Pete. But way over here is where the Lidar shows its smoke trail after the launch. They should line up. Travis. The rocket is displaced by Pete. 10, 12 Travis. 10 or 12 feet. That makes no sense. Travis. Lidar technology uses infrared light to map out detailed images of an environment. But once again, something at the center of the triangle either fooled or displaced Pete Kelsey's terrestrial Lidar data to make it seem like our last rocket launch was several feet away from where we knew it actually was. Travis. Hey there, everyone. Thomas. Welcome back, friends. Great to see you all. Travis. How's it going, guys? How are you, buddy? Good to see you, man. Travis. While we waited for the borehole casing to finish on the Mesa, we welcomed back the Locked Precision team to assist us with our most intricate rocket experiment, unraveling one of the wildest anomalies we've faced at Skinwalker Ranch. You know, we've been investigating what looks like an invisible bubble that measures about 600 meters in radius, positioned at the center of the triangle here. Travis. According to several infrared Lidar scans, there's an enormous sphere, which we call the bubble, that spans both above and below ground. It covers a vast area, including the Mesa drill site, the East Field, and even Dry Gulch Creek. It's as if something unseen permeates that zone and disrupts or consumes the data. So today, we will employ high-powered rockets, fitted with specialized devices, to attempt to gather precise data from this space. Okay, everyone, prepare for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rocket is directly overhead. I don't see any light. There it is. I noticed the chute charge, but no lights appeared. Travis. I think I just heard it hit the ground. Jim. Hey, Travis. Yo. You won't believe this. What can't I believe? So, I flew over Dry Gulch Creek. South of it? Yeah. As I approached the edge of the bubble, I began to lose all drone communication. I couldn't control the drone. So, you experienced GPS and communication errors? Yeah, exactly. That's wild, man. Hey, Travis? This is Pete. Would you like to come over to the terrestrial laser scanner? Travis. I'm on my way. Jim's drone problems seemed to indicate that the bubble barrier once again interrupted our data collection. That made me curious about what Pete was going to demonstrate on the Lidar scanner located right in the triangle's center. What's up, Pete? Just look at it. What do you want me to see? All right, Pete. This marks the rocket launch point. Travis. Right, Pete. but way over here, the lidar depicts the smoke trail post-launch. These should align. Travis, the rocket shifted by. Pete, 10 to 12, Travis, 10, 10 or 12 feet. That defies logic. Travis, lidar technology employs infrared light to create detailed images of the surrounding area. Yet again, something at the triangle's core either misled or mislocated Pete Kelsey's terrestrial lidar data, making it appear that our previous rocket launch was several feet away from its true location. This was more possible evidence that something right in the center of the bubble is corrupting our data collection. But what on earth could do that? How we doing out there, guys? Good. About ready to arm it all up here. Okay, I'm gonna check Kate. Jim. Okay, Travis. Either way. Now that something at the center of the bubble seemed to be once again stopping us from collecting data there, we needed to launch that last big rocket to see if we could figure it out. Alright, let's do it. Hey, guys, don't forget to start all the lights and everything. Jim. Look at that. Travis. We got something. On the mesa. Eric, we got something on the mesa. Just west of the tower. Eric, if you got any eyes on top of the mesa that can look north just over the mesa. Behind the launch tower. I am watching now. Travis, please be advised I do show a moving point of light that is to the north and west of the triangle. Quite interestingly, Travis reports spotting a prospective UAP over the mesa. Immediately, my thoughts are turned to the very peculiar timing of when it showed up. This happens to coincide with the emergence of a 1.2 GHz signal. We don't know where it's coming from, but I would really like to know, and I think we would all like to know what relationship there is between these emergent signals and some of the other phenomenology, like the UAPs that we sometimes see. Alan, Kate says launch is a go. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Pete, wow. Travis, chute has deployed. We see the rocket, straight up. Eric, Travis, do we have eyes on the strobe? Travis, yes, we do, Eric. It is straight up. Eric, copy that. Travis, 2,400 feet right now, Eric. Copy you, Travis. I've got eyes on the rocket. Thomas, gosh. Travis, this one's falling way off course. Y'all see that? Mike, kind of whipping around up there a little bit. Travis, how far? Alan, half a mile. Travis, half a mile away right now to the north. Alan, it's going to the same place. Travis, yep. These huge rockets are designed to go straight up and come straight back down. There were no high winds, but both large rockets fell way off course to the same spot, like something pushed them away from the bubble. Again, it was like something was stopping us from collecting data above the triangle and inside the bubble. So, what could do that? Eric, hey, guys. Travis, hey. Eric, come on in, have a seat. What's going on? Caleb, hey, guys. We are gonna look at the data. From the, rocket launches with Locke. Thomas, that was a very active night. I remember there was just a lot going on. After spending most of the next day crunching all the data from our rocket experiment, Eric called us into the command center to review everything. Eric, so, what I'm gonna show is the positional GPS data for all the events that go along with, rocket launches. So, this is the Kate data, then? Yeah. Which was the computer inside of the rocket? Yeah. Watch this. So, you're gonna see the launch. We are at the triangle. Thomas, center of our bubble. And look what happens here. Travis, wow. Jim, whoa. Thomas, oh, wow. Travis, that's crazy. Eric, yeah, so, I mean, look, you guys were standing right down there at the tent, you saw this launch. Do we all agree it didn't do this? Yeah, that's strange. Yeah, it did not do that. It went straight. Yeah, nevertheless, according to a very sophisticated rocket tracking system, that's the path that rocket took. There's an abrupt change of direction. Travis, that rocket did not do that. Now, look at this. Green coloration means that we have a stronger link between the Kate system aboard the rocket and the receiver on the ground. The red end is as weak as it gets. But, so what means is, the Kate system was affected by whatever this phenomenon is. Yeah. Travis, we all saw that rocket go straight up above the triangle. But according to the Kate GPS tracking system, right after the rocket was launched, it flew at a very hard angle for several hundred feet before suddenly turning and then going straight up. So, could the bubble have fooled this rocket's GPS tracker to think it made these maneuvers? Now, the weird thing is, zoom out all the way to the, so we get the whole thing. Travis. And let's see if there are other kinks in the flight. Eric. Yeah, let's have a look. I would say that this part here that looks like a regular rocket trajectory. Right here, there's clearly a kink. And it's possible that somewhere in here we've got missing data here. And you've got missing data here and missing data here and here. Inside the bubble, right? We've consistently seen missing data inside the bubble. But then, look up here. There's more missing data. Somewhere in here, right? That's about 3,200 feet. That's where the rockets got pushed off course on their descent. Look, we've got rocket data missing above the bubble at about 3,200 feet high. So, now, we've got something else going on above the bubble, too. That's pretty damn interesting. Travis. That's really interesting. There's a gap of missing data points about 3,200 feet high above the triangle right where the rockets fell off course. So, is there another anomaly above the bubble that is related to the countless UAPs, strange signals and voids in our data? And if so, how are these things connected? Thomas. Okay. Eric. Thanks, guys. A lot of our efforts are focused on judging whether we're dealing with something real or simply, artifactual within our data when we're talking about this bubble. We need to employ everything we've got to give us even more accurate data to find out. Between the UAPs and the repeated missing data and the weird signals we detected this week, it feels like something on Skinwalker Ranch is trying to discourage our investigation. Well, let me tell you, it's all having the opposite effect. And we're not going to give up until we have all the answers. Sure. Here's the rephrased script. Indeed, based on an advanced rocket tracking system, we can see the trajectory that the rocket followed. There's a sudden shift in its direction. Travis. That rocket is not capable of doing that. Now, observe this. The green color signifies a stronger connection between the onboard Kate system and the receiver on land. Conversely, the red section represents the weakest connection possible. What this indicates is that the Kate system was impacted by whatever phenomenon is at play. Yeah, absolutely. Travis. We all witnessed the rocket ascend directly above the triangle. However, the Kate GPS tracking reveals that after launch, it veered sharply for several hundred feet before suddenly leveling out and climbing straight. Could this bubble have misled the rocket's GPS tracker into thinking it performed those maneuvers? Interestingly, if we zoom out completely to catch the entire scene, let's capture everything, right? Travis. Now, let's check for any other anomalies in the flight path. Eric. Certainly, let's take a closer look. I would argue that this section appears to follow a normal rocket trajectory. Yet here, a clear kink is visible. It's likely that within this segment, we have missing data here, some more here, and additional missing data points in these areas. All within the bubble, right? We've consistently encountered data gaps within the bubble. Then, look above here, more missing data presents itself. Somewhere, around here, isn't that approximately 3,200 feet? That's where the rockets strayed off their path during descent. Notably, we also lack rocket data above the bubble, at about 3,200 feet high. So it seems there's something unusual also occurring above the bubble. That's rather fascinating. Travis. That really is compelling. There's a missing data gap around 3,200 feet above the triangle, precisely where the rockets deviated from their course. Could there be another anomaly above the bubble linked to the numerous UAPs, strange signals, and data voids we're observing? And if so, what connections exist between these elements? Thomas. All right. Eric. Thank you, everyone. Most of our efforts concentrate on determining whether we are facing something genuine or merely artifacts within our data regarding this bubble. We must utilize all available resources to achieve even more precise data to uncover the truth. With the UAPs, the recurring data gaps, and the bizarre signals we've detected this week, it's apparent that something on Skinwalker Ranch seems intent on hindering our investigation. However, let me assure you, this is only motivating us further. We won't stop until we uncover every answer. Let me know if you need any further adjustment.